Yabama adesema nyina ajo abanonsia kase so baby bia wo bia sada kase commercial so se kase obetimi ahwe e wo abe fontentan so UTV Ghana saso na channel 360 e wo DSTV so obetimi ahwe e wo ho asada kase nkomadwumaku ahodo ma so yasene this way chocolate drink saso na best point saving salons and the best assurance e wo ho no mo e ma U2I data salt and so wo ho saso na special ice mineral water and so ma Kasie nsema hodo a obeti ebi efrimu ene
Constitutional Review Committee members no eyade a omampanyi John Dramani Mahama edi wanim amosai e de ato wanim se eniem a obeye bia no omman Ghana kane
Saso and Attorney General and Minister of Justice Honorable Dominic Enyini edi ato eye constitutional review for nyina nim se ohono ma wo mu akade bi omhie bia wo de bema wo mu
Oswafo hwe oboade ne pabo
aje Honorable Omaneboama ene aswafo nkaye so oboka ho atom
ensem ne bebre eka we ho ye bekenkan e de amamo obahima afia chesid mene
abenachi woache
ensem no enhyimu ene ye de emamo yi yeguso aboabo ho e de kase abai ubehun se appointment committee wani abre egu asetena so den ni nyina eye Honorable Sam George ayabo ni din a eniem nyina
Please, where were you born?
I was born in Somanya in the eastern region of Ghana.
I'm not familiar with Somanya. Is it in the eastern region of the country?
Mr. Chairman, I just stated that I was born in Somanya in the eastern region of Ghana.
Now, Krobo, Odumase, and Somanya, are they the same?
I am unable to respond accurately to that. I'm not sure about that. But I believe that one of the MPs from the Korbo area is present in the committee. He can help us with the geography.
Honorable nominee, respectfully, are you familiar with Krobo Odumase?
Yes, I know the constituency, the lower Manya Krobo constituency and upper Manya, yes.
I'm not talking about constituency. I'm talking about a town called Krobo Odumase. Odumase Krobo.
Yes, I know a town like that exists, Mr. Chairman.
Very well. And I'm asking you whether that town and Somanya are the same or different.
I am unable to answer. I told you I'm not very conversant with the geography of the area.
Did you live in Somanya where you were born?
Chairman, before you came in, when I did the introductory part, I stated that I was born in Somanya, but I grew up in Nigeria. My mother is here, my birth mother is here, and if you want her to swear the oath, she will, to testify on at what age she took me. But I was taken to Nigeria at the age of 6 months. At that age, I don't think I would have been in a position to know what my surroundings were. Thank you.
Honorable nominee, are you currently in possession of a birth certificate?
I don't have my birth certificate here, but I own one.
Is it a very old one or the digital birth certificate?
Mr. Chairman, it's a very old one. My parents have done very well to preserve it.
And that has your place of birth as Somanya?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
You are in possession of a Ghanaian passport?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. 2, actually, but under the same name. A regular passport and a diplomatic passport, all under the name Samuel Nate George. Thank you.
The Ghanaian passport you have, does the place of birth bear Somanya?
Both do, Mr. Chairman.
So you would disagree with anybody who would suggest that you were born in Odumase Krobo? You would disagree?
My parents told me I was born in Somanya. They are the best to determine and tell me where I was born. Thank you.
Honorable nominee, on your CV, you have indicated that you have undertaken a number of courses.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
But before then, you have indicated that you speak English, Dangbe, and Tree.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Do you speak any language of Nigerian origin?
Muso Yoruba, dear, sir.
You speak Yoruba?
Yes, I do, and a bit of Igbo. I can tell you my name, Ahambu Sam George.
Don't pay attention to my questions. Pay attention to my questions and then answer my questions. Not for the gallery, but for me. All right? Do you speak Yoruba?
Fairly.
You speak a bit of Igbo?
Yes, please.
To take the leave of Mr. Chair to amend your CV to include Yoruba.
With the leave of Mr. Chairman, if it pleases the committee for me to have to, but I just put the Ghanaian languages I spoke on my CV.
But it is here you stated languages spoken. Languages spoken. So I'm asking, since you say you speak Yoruba, that would you want to take the leave of Mr. Chair to amend to reflect that?
Yes, Mr. Chair, it can be amended with the leave of Mr. Chair.
Leave granted, amendment accordingly carried out.
Now, you have stated hometown to mean to be Old Ningo. We've had different descriptions of hometown. So tell you how you come by hometown.
I believe on my CV it says Ahriam, Old Ningo. And Ahriam is where my father hails from, where my father comes from. So that's where my father's house is.
For ya boni din se won ko hwen kita hodie so se yegini tumu a obehwe asreye no honorable Sam George sabe wodi atudwa se so wo hye ne dwumadi ase a obesan de anti-LGBTQ+ bill no aba parliament amomodi ho dwuma wo se die nti a obeye sa ne se we se ebebo ye Ghana ya mamre ene ya mane ho ban na afi so asan bo ye manom enso ho ban.
His Excellency President Mahama spoke immediately after his swearing in when he met with the Catholic Bishops' Conference. I wish to quote what he said, parts of what he said, with your permission. So the convention is that all bills that are not assented to before the expiration of the life of Parliament expires. And so that bill effectively is dead. It has expired. I don't know what the promoters of the bill intend to do, but I do think that we should have a conversation on it again. I repeat that again for emphasis. President Mahama said, I do think that we should have a conversation on it again so that all of us, if we decide to move that bill forward, move it forward with a consensus. My position is that that bill is a critical part of our national life. Ghanaian family values, our children's innocence.
For over 3 decades, the 1992 Constitution has been the foundation of our democracy. It has guided us through periods of growth and challenge, securing our rights and freedoms while ensuring peaceful transitions of power. It has given us stability, resilience, and hope. Those who framed this document can look back with pride, knowing that their vision has not only endured, but has become the backbone of our nation's progress. And I say kudos to all the ordinary men and women who gathered at that time to produce this document. Yet, as with all living things, our Constitution must evolve. Former Chief Justice Sowa, and I'm taking from the same quote as the AG, in the landmark to 4 vs. Attorney General case, described our Constitution as a living organism. A sentiment that reminds us that the strength of any democracy lies in its ability to adapt. Over the years, we've seen gaps, ambiguities, and challenges that demand attention. The world has changed, and so too must the legal framework that governs us. The call for constitutional reform is not an admission of failure, but an acknowledgement of the progress, a recognition that our democracy must be dynamic, responsive, and ever attuned to the needs of our people. On this day, we honor the foresight of His Excellency John Evans Atta Mills, who in 2010 established the Constitutional Review Commission led by Professor Albert Fiajo. The comprehensive work of that commission, along with the efforts of the task before you, is critical. You are not just reviewing reports and proposing amendments. You are helping to shape the future of our dear nation, Ghana. Your mandate is to carefully examine past recommendations, identify necessary changes, and create a clear roadmap that will finally lead to meaningful constitutional amendments. This process must not become another chapter in the history of unfulfilled reform efforts. It must be a turning point, a moment when Ghana moves decisively from discussion to action. I understand the weight of responsibility that comes with this task, and I assure you that your work will not be in vain. This will not be an exercise in futility. We are determined to see this process through, and I have every confidence in your ability to deliver results that will serve both the present and future generation of Ghanaians. This exercise is not about any political party. It is about Ghana. It is about ensuring that our Constitution reflects the values, hopes, and dreams of every Ghanaian, regardless of their background or affiliation. Your diverse perspectives will enrich this process, and I urge you to engage widely with citizens from all walks of life in this process. This Constitution must belong to all of us. It must inspire trust, it must unite us, and it must provide a framework for a more just, inclusive, and prosperous Ghana.
Yegusua ejina constitutional review abedjoku honomoneno and Attorney General and Minister of Justice Honorable Dominic Enyini sabre wodi atudwa se eba abedjoku na waye krado pa se akade bia wo muhie bia wodi bema wo mo sede be yo mudwumadi betimi aso omampanyini enina fe nsusu nsakira ya wo mo pese wo mo ye efa Ghana mamara no etimi awie peyo sede be ya ebebo Ghana fo nyina nso ehoban.
Mr. Chairman and members of the Constitution Review Committee, the President and I have invested a lot of hope in your capabilities, experience, and your commitment to the service of our nation. Mr. President was very specific that he wanted a committee consisting of our compatriots who not only represented our country, but who will inspire confidence in our people. He was also clear in his mind that he did not want a partisan committee. So, you have been carefully selected to do this job for our country. The easiest part of the job is to follow the specified methods of alteration of the Constitution. The toughest, and I can say this without any fear of contradiction, is to recommend substantive provisions to add to or replace the current provisions of the Constitution that will conform with the welfare principle of Article 1, Clause 1 of the Constitution, which provides as follows, quote, "The sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and emphasis and for whose welfare the powers of government are to be exercised in the manner and within the limits laid down in this Constitution." I will be working closely with you, Chairman and members of the committee, in the next 6 months to produce a result that is satisfactory to Mr. President and to our countrymen and women. Notwithstanding that, I wish to thank all of you on behalf of the President and the people of Ghana for accepting to do this labor of love, as the chairman described it on social media, for our country. So God bless you all. God bless our homeland, Ghana. May your work make Ghana great and strong.
Yɛde kase ɛkɔ ahomegye mu yɛbɛba sisi a